everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shayna and I do a ton of different content. Today we are doing my second trimester recap, but I'm also going to be taking you along with me on my doctor's appointments that I'm having during my second trimester. So this one is kind of like my 16-week appointment, but I am technically 15 weeks today. I am at my new OB's office because I did have to transfer care for my other one because they no longer deliver babies. So this is my first appointment with them, and this was the earliest they could get me in. So I am here to see my new doctor, meet my new doctor. I'm not exactly sure what this appointment is going to entail. Normally your 15-week appointment isn't extensive. They just do the Doppler, ask you questions, make sure everything's okay, and send you on your way. And the 20-week one is the one that's more extensive, but because this is my first visit and this is my first time meeting these doctors, I'm not exactly sure if they're going to want to do a full exam or what's going to happen. So we're going to go find out and check on this baby boy and make sure everything is perfect with him. Yes, I am having a baby boy. If you did not check out my other videos, like my gender reveal or predictions or so on and so forth, I am having a little boy. I also have to get some FMLA paperwork filled out for my appointments because I'm trying to use FMLA for my doctor's appointment so I don't have to use my PTO because I really don't have a lot left because I've been doing a lot of traveling. I'm gonna head inside and see what this is about. You guys, this office is so sweet. Listen, they're even playing music in the rooms, okay? I filled out all my paperwork and then I went back and sat with a nurse and she got all my medical history, made sure everything was accurate, looked at my blood tests and all that kind of stuff. And she's like the kindest, so sweet. She's funny. And the lady at the desk was kind. I did have to pay a $25 fee though to get my FMLA paperwork filled out, which I never had to do at the other office, but they're so sweet. 58 and I am out of the office. That went actually pretty decently fast and I got to meet my new doctor. She's pretty kind, very straightforward. The appointment, I only saw, we were literally in the room together for 5 minutes, which is common with doctors or whatever, but the nurse kind of basically answered all my questions and they put my concerns in and everything, and I didn't really have like any questions as far as like why is this happening, so I didn't need to like go into any of that stuff. She was very, very sweet. She got all of my medical history, made sure everything was correct or whatever, and my other office hasn't sent all the information yet because when I got my NIPT like results, they hadn't sent that yet, so she said that they're just gonna request it and they'll get it in. But I did pull up my LabCorp so that way the nurse could see, because there were certain things missing, so I pulled up those results for my initial genetic testing before the NIPT one so she could get that stuff done. And like I said, went over medical history and everything was good. Then she put me in a room. I did have to give a urine sample, blood pressure, weight. My blood pressure was 110/75, I think, so it's a bit lower than what I normally have. It's not like low because it's not below 100 or 90 or whatever, but it's typically 120 over something, so it's definitely a little bit lower than what I normally have, which is hilarious because I had preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure, and then I always have had perfect blood pressure and now it's lower, so I don't know, it's freaking weird. And my weight is 118, so I really haven't gained much since being pregnant, maybe a couple of like pounds or ounces or whatever. Me in a room and I waited for the doctor for maybe about 10 minutes. She came in, she did the Doppler on my belly, and heart rate has gone down from 170 something, whatever it was, to about 160, which is really cool. It's strong, it's beautiful. Love baby boy's heartbeat. And then she asked me about my labor and my recovery and that kind of stuff, and she told me to take baby or like children's aspirin with my prenatals, and that could help decrease my chances of getting preeclampsia again. She said that because I am at higher risk for gestational diabetes, because I had it last time, that they're going to do my like scan and my gestational test early of 28 weeks. She said she wants to do it at 24 weeks and my scan around 24 weeks, but we will have 2 scans because she said that because of also the fetal growth restriction, they're going to watch his growth as well, and they're going to do more frequent scans and earlier, be on the safe side to make sure that he's not having any issues. My next appointment is in 4 weeks. It'll be my 18-week appointment. I would think it would be my 19, but she actually, like my new doctor, she changed my due date. My due date is supposed to be January 14th, but she moved it to January 20th instead because I was at the further end of that week. The last doctor's office didn't change it because they wanted to make sure I could get my NIPT blood work test in but she did change it. But this baby's gonna come when this baby wants to come, unless I do have to be induced again. So we'll see what happens. So she technically put me back at 14 weeks instead of 15 weeks. So my next appointment is closer to the end of August, and I will go in. I will get blood work done, spina bifida, which you normally get that blood work done at 15 weeks, and I was supposed to get it done today, but they're gonna wait until my next appointment since she did move me back. Everything went pretty good. I am not too thrilled about my due date getting moved back, but I mean, like I said, this baby's going to come when this baby wants to come, so it really doesn't matter. I was told that I most likely wouldn't make it to full term anyway, so I highly doubt that I'm going to go to the 20th. Fingers crossed, hoping, praying that I won't have to be induced again, and everything with this pregnancy will go smoothly and baby boy will grow fine and be just fine. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining me on my 15 week whatever appointment, and I will see you guys for a update recap, and then I will take you guys to my other appointments that I have until 28 weeks. Mwah. It is now August 2nd, so it's been about 2 weeks since that last clip, so I'm technically, with my new due date, 15 weeks and 4 days instead of 16 weeks and 5 days. So I did get moved back 6 days because I was measuring 7 weeks and 1 day at my initial ultrasound to confirm the pregnancy, and that other office did not switch my due date. I knew OB did. So I have a few updates for you guys that I want to give you. So I'm still definitely having acid for sure, definitely getting major headaches. I really want to equate them to this summer heat and the pregnancy. They have been more frequent than not. I have one at least 5 out of the 7 days during the week. Some last all day, some do not, and I have been taking Tylenol, not every single time, but some of it, because I don't prefer to take medication like that. I still am having acid, again, not every single day, but it just comes in waves, and I do take acid pills for that. I did take acid pills with Emery's pregnancy as well as this one. My doctor has approved them. They're perfectly fine for me to take. The exhaustion also, it's not bad like it was in the first trimester. I definitely am still really tired on certain days, and I think, again, it has to do with the heat that is here. I think that really the heat takes so much out of you. So I think on the hotter days I get tired way more easily, or days at work that I am less productive than others, I get more tired, because when you aren't productive you tend to feel exhausted. Because if you're doing nothing, it makes you exhausted too. Some people don't understand that, but some will get it. Hence, today is a good day. I've been really good. We went to a birthday party today. I'm potty training my toddler at the moment. We're trying to get that done before he comes and before I get majorly pregnant. So today's first day of official hardcore potty training with underwear, no pull-ups or diapers whatsoever. So we're doing it, and it's a really nasty, gloomy day outside, which is why it looks dark, and it's only 6 o'clock right now. There was one day last week on Thursday where I felt just so bad all day. All day I had a horrible headache. I was so exhausted, and my stomach felt like it was literally gonna pop, like explode. Like I overate or drank too much or something, and it took hours for my stomach to not feel that way. So that really freaking sucked, and I don't want that to happen again. I am starting to have sciatica. Definitely nowhere as near as what I had it with Emery, because I literally had to army crawl to my bed from the bathroom or vice versa with her. This I have not had an issue where I'm stepping down and literally fall to my knees, but I definitely feel it. Sharp pain shooting up my legs all the way up my back, and I'll have to limp or like put a little bit less pressure on that side of my body. And the pregnancy waddle is real. It's like I found out I was pregnant and instantly went to pregnancy waddle. I don't know why. My belly is about the same as it was the last like bump date that I did. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna try and do these weekly, so like on the day that I'm like moving into the next week. But we were at the beach all this week. We were at Myrtle Beach, so I didn't do any updates. So I probably won't update you guys like for real until my 17 week, because I am very close to being 16 weeks. And these are the majority of my symptoms that I've had since the beginning. Just a little bit of update as far as how they're going. I am still wanting sandwiches and pizza, and I am definitely still not craving like sweet things, but are eating more like non-healthy foods. Like I really wanted Sour Patch straws, which isn't sweet, but it is candy, and there is lots of sugar in it. And I've been wanting lemons and sugar, but that's because my favorite drink is a lemon drop, and I obviously can't have that, and lemons dipped in sugar is really good, so that's like sour and sweet. But I still have not been craving things like I did with Emery. Hers was straight cookies, cakes,
cupcakes every single day. That's what I wanted. I wanted dessert after every single meal or partway through the day. I'm not like that. It's like maybe once a week, once or twice a week, I'm like, yeah, I want this, or I feel like this. And usually I won't give into it unless that craving continues for a day or two, because that tells me that I really want it and it's not just a spur of the moment thing. Because I don't want to buy something that I'm not going to fully eat all of, because that's a waste of money and we ain't got time to waste no money. Tomorrow, I believe we are most likely going to be painting baby boy's room. I'm so excited. We're doing black and white. I'm going to do a whole nursery reveal and everything, so I'm excited for that too. So, and I am doing vlogs throughout this pregnancy randomly, and I am vlogging this weekend. So if you watch that vlog, it's going to be titled Potty Training somewhere in there. You will get to see a sneak peek of his room. Hi guys, please ignore the way that I look. I just got out of the shower and I am 17 weeks and 1 day today, because it's Wednesday, yeah, and this would have been my original transition date into 18 weeks if my due date would have stayed the same. But I didn't do my update video yesterday on 17 weeks because when I got home, all I wanted to do was clean, and I just got this itch to clean my bedroom. And you know, I gotta do things when I have energy for them, because you know, it's few and far between with this baby boy. So let's hop into some things that I've been going through lately. So last week was, I have been dealing with like a lot of bloating and feeling like my tummy's gonna pop, like feeling like I ate too much or drank too much. It's not too painful, but I just feel bigger than what I actually am some days. And I feel like that last week I was kind of in the in-between stage. Still pretty little to be in maternity clothes, but too big to be in my regular clothes. And this week I feel like I've popped a little bit more. I feel like I definitely am a little bit bigger than what I was over the past month, because I feel like my stomach was kind of like stagnant for a while. It wasn't really getting any bigger. It just kind of looked the same, like bloated and round. But I definitely have rounded out over the past few days more. So I definitely feel like I look more pregnant than I did, but I also look farther along than what I actually am. But again, that just comes with the territory of being as small as I am, and this being my fourth pregnancy slash second healthy pregnancy. So that is definitely one thing. My cravings have definitely been changing basically every week. The only thing that's kind of stayed the same is pizza. That's still my number one reliable that I continue to eat. Things from chicken sandwiches to subs to now I'm like wanting corn dogs, pickles, so cereal in the morning instead of Pop-Tarts, which I was craving one day, Sour Punch straws that I wanted one day. So it's really been changing different every other time. I still don't have as much of the sweet tooth as I did with Emery. I still feel like I am way off from what I wanted with her, because I wanted cookies, cakes, ice cream, like all that stuff every single day after every meal. I'm not like that. It's every once in a while where I'm like, ooh, I kind of feel like this, I kind of want that. So I definitely feel like I'm kind of on the safer side as far as just, you know, gestational diabetes or that kind of happening as of right now. So that is a great like plus I'm very, very happy about. As far as some symptoms go, I've definitely started to feel sciatica this week over the past couple days. I mean, I've had it throughout my pregnancy, but it was never painful enough or in the forefront of my mind to really talk about, because I didn't think about it because it didn't happen that often and it wasn't bad. But definitely like last night, it was mainly the position I think I was laying in, and you know, obviously where the baby is, that nerve. So I've definitely been feeling a lot more sciatica, and honestly maybe around ligament pain. I don't remember feeling like this with Emery, because I've had a lot of cramping in my lower belly, not stretching, just like cramping, and I think that's around ligament pain, but I don't remember feeling it like that with Emery. But that was also 3 years ago, and so much has happened since. So I think it is. So I definitely think I'm getting the round ligament pain now as well, since I am growing bigger. And I think maybe the reason why I didn't have it much before is because my uterus was already stretched, so that's why I didn't feel it as much, or it wasn't as prominent as it was with Emery. But now that I am getting bigger and he's growing, it's starting more now. But last night for sure, my sciatica is mainly on my right side. It's still not as bad as Emery's. I can still walk. I haven't like stepped and like fell to the floor, but it is kind of painful, and I'm kind of limping, or sometimes it takes me a second. I'm having to do like the back rolls and stuff like that, just moving my hips in circles, trying to get him to move, or putting pressure in that area so the pain will go away. I definitely feel it coming on before I even get up, because like if I'm moving, I can just tell. I feel like I might be having lower blood pressure instead of higher blood pressure this time. I've been having like one of the biggest and most frequent I've dealt with throughout this pregnancy is headaches, and it's like 9 times out of 10 I have one. 5 out of the 7 days I have a headache at least some point during the day. I will say over the past 3-4 days I've been good. Like I have not had a headache, and I don't want to jinx it, but I have been hella surprised, because I have not gone this long without a headache for probably 2 months now. So I am very appreciative appreciative of that for sure. But last week was a big one where all I had was headaches. And I thought, you know, I just pointed it to the heat and the sun, just being the pregnant too. But, you know, we've had some really bad weather here where I live. It was all really nasty last week too, and I was still getting headaches. But I also have recently found that getting up, like, you know how you get up too fast and you get pretty dizzy and your eyes kind of go black and you're like seeing like that fuzzy stuff and you just feel fuzzy all around. I've been having that issue, and it's mainly more in the mornings or at night. It happens sometimes throughout the day. It really just depends. So I know that that's acquainted to low blood pressure, and so are headaches apparently. So I'm thinking maybe, and my blood pressure has been on the lower side, not dangerously low, but it has been lower than what it would be. So I definitely think that I'm experiencing some of that, which I will be mentioning to my doctor at my next appointment, which I'll be going to next week. And then acid is still a frequent one. It does suck and it's highly annoying, but basically every single day, but it doesn't last more than an hour or so. And so sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. I don't really pay attention to it as much unless it's night, because it's when I'm paying attention to it the most, because like you can't, because you're trying to sleep, so all you feel is burning sensation. And I do have it throughout the day sometimes, but definitely headaches have been 10 times worse than the acid. I will say that a part of it, like, I haven't been taking medication for every single time I have those symptoms or dealing with it, because I don't like to take medication, and unless it's absolutely necessary, like it's putting on my butt, I can't take it anymore and I absolutely need it. But I don't want to put that stuff on my body unless I feel like I basically have no choice. As far as energy level goes, I definitely feel a lot more better than I did a month or 2 months ago. I still get really tired a lot faster and easily, and I have to stop and catch my breath a lot more often. I still had a lot more energy with Emery and didn't have to stop as often as I do now. Like, I could fold a whole thing of laundry and maybe scrub my bathroom counter, but I still have 10 more counters to scrub and a toilet, but I just need to sit down for 5 minutes because I don't have any more energy. So it's kind of like still just flat out don't want to do anything, especially on days that I have to work. When I come home, it's like, oh my god, I don't feel like, especially days where I'm feeling extra bloated, like I had mentioned. I feel like my stomach feels really big because I feel like I ate or drank too much, even though that may not be the problem. But yeah, so I am 17 weeks and I am really, really close to being halfway through my pregnancy, which is so crazy. But I know time flies, and everyone said that your second pregnancy also is faster than your first, but I feel like just time in general has gone by so crazy fast. But I'm so grateful be able to have this experience again, and I am trying to soak it in as much as possible. Although I have so many things going in my life, so I definitely was a lot more invested in Emery's pregnancy than I have been in this one. I could basically solely focus on it because there was nothing else there wasn't too much else in my life going on that was taking up a lot of my time. But now I do have a lot of responsibilities that I love and I'm very grateful for to have in my life and bring me joy, but it is taking away from me focusing so much on this pregnancy. So I will see you guys in my next update. Hi guys, I am 18 weeks today. It is Tuesday, August 19th. I would almost be 19 weeks, but again, moved back a week. I have been recently feeling some discomfort in my lower belly area where it's like kind of crampy and really sore basically every time I walk. It's not first thing in the morning, but it definitely starts throughout the day. I don't know if it's from moving a lot. I don't know if it's around ligament pain. I really can't tell. I do have it written down to talk to my doctor about because I do have an appointment with her this Thursday. I have also been experiencing some yellowish, whitish discharge, and it's smelly. I know that might be TMI. I'm not itchy or anything down there. I did have a yeast infection, like my very first one ever when I was pregnant with Emery, but I'm not itchy whatsoever down there. Sometimes it's like, I am nervous because I feel like other people can smell it, but I highly doubt that because my nose is just, like, I'm accustomed to it and my nose is really strong. So definitely going to ask about that. It's probably just changing hormones, and since I am having a boy this time instead of a girl, his hormones are different than her hormones and different than mine. So it's just a lot of changes in my body right now that I am not used to. I still have been extremely itchy on my legs, and I'm also actually going to bring that up to her. I did mention it to the nurse with my first appointment there, but I didn't press it, but I'm definitely going to press it this time because, like, I'm itching right now. I can't, it's getting to the point where it's highly annoying and I can't take it anymore. My glucose test, because I will be taking it early instead of at 28 weeks. I'll be doing it at 24 because I did gestational diabetes with my last child, but I don't plan on taking that test again. Healthy fruit, it has very bad dyes, isn't it, and artificial sugars, and just, it's not it's a no for me. So there are alternative options that I did research with Emery, because I wanted to do it with her and I ended up not, but this time I'm definitely going to push it and I'm not going to let it go. I have it all printed out and a sticky note with all of the rest of my questions on it as well that I'm going to take with me, as well as finding out exactly what my anatomy scan is going to be and any growth scans that I do have for him, because I had fetal growth restriction with my last child. Definitely have been having sciatica for sure. I did feel it on my left side today. I had mentioned that it was more predominant on my right, which is still accurate, but I did feel it on my left today. And I did go to the gym for the first time in like a month this past weekend, and I am so sore. I still feel like I'm recovering from that, and I hope that the reason why I'm not experiencing that cramping in my lower belly is because of that. I feel like it's probably just stretching and growing and whatnot. I feel like my stomach is definitely getting bigger. I am almost halfway through. I'm basically halfway through. I'm still wanting pizza, and I have been starting to want subs or sandwiches again. I do heat my meat up in the microwave, or I have wherever I go toast it. No, I'm not eating cold deli meat. I know you're not supposed to, but other than that, I really haven't, like, nothing sounds good to me. Like, I'm not a snacky person. Sometimes I force myself to eat something even though I really don't want it because I need to eat. So I haven't really been having too many cravings other than sandwiches and pizza recently. I don't even want, like, I feel like if I eat, like, I'm craving something, but if it's not up to the standard that I wanted it to be, it makes me not want it anymore, and then it just ruins it. That's what happened with Sour Patch Straws, because my husband got me some more, and they were not good. So that kind of ruined that for me. And I wanted a hot fudge sundae at one point. Ruined that for me because we did homemade instead of going to the place that I feel like has the best one, and nope, did not. Still been having headaches. Like, I had a headache yesterday and I started to get one today, but I did nip it in the bud by staying off of electronics as much as I possibly could, which is really hard considering I work with a computer, but I was doing a lot of paperwork today, so I think that is why I did not end up having a headache. And I accidentally slept in my contacts last night. First time I've ever slept in my contacts before. And I guess it was pregnancy brain that told me that I couldn't remember to take them out, which again, pregnancy brain is on the... With that being said, I'm going to show you guys my bump. That is growing. Here she is, or he is. Here he is. This is a maternity shirt, and that is one thing that I do need to get is more maternity clothes. I feel like I need to get some maternity blouses for work because I really don't have any. But here is the belly. See, I definitely look big. This is one of the reasons why I wish that I would have stuck to the 19 weeks instead of the 18, because I'm big. So people are like, oh my God, are you having twins? Like, shut up. This is technically my 4th pregnancy, okay? So, and I'm itty bitty. Anyway, I'll see you guys on my next one. Okay guys, I just came out of my 18-week appointment with my OB, or I saw a PA today. It did take a second for me to get back there, but once I got back there, it was pretty much go. And I very much like this PA because she spent a lot of time with me answering my questions on, like, literally detail, like giving me details on answering these questions. It wasn't just a simple, like, one word or one sentence answer. It was like, I'm gonna make you feel comfortable. So I had a few questions about, like, my legs have been extremely itchy throughout my entire pregnancy, and she did say that it definitely could be hormone changes, which is what I figured, and to take, like, antihistamine like Zyrtec or Claritin or something like that. Definitely drink a lot more water, and if it continues or it, like, starts to get on my hands or my feet, it could definitely turn into something else. But since it's strictly just my legs, to drink more water and try and take antihistamine, and that should definitely help with that. I have my BP is still on the lower side. It was 92 over 72 or 73 or something like that. And so it's not like low, it's normal, but it's on the lower side. And she's definitely not worried about preeclampsia right now, especially since that's what I had with Emery, but it's always been perfect. So I did want to let her know that I have been having frequent headaches and some dizziness as well. She said that also could equate to needing to drink more fluids, and also hormone changes. And make sure before I get up, like, when you feel dizzy, to, like, don't, like, jump up, do a few pumps of your legs or whatever before you get up, and just, you know, make sure you're drinking a lot more water. And frequent headaches is normal and second trimester, like it usually like happens a lot more. And obviously every pregnancy is different, and I didn't have frequent headaches with Emery, but also hormone changes and the fact that I'm having a little boy instead of a little girl could also contribute to that as well. I was asking about when my growth scans and anatomy scan is going to be. My anatomy scan is my next appointment in September. I'll be 21 weeks when I come to do that one. And because of my history with growth restriction, they were going to do more frequent growth scans. So I asked her about that. So she gave me a little bit more detail and insight into that. And we basically need to see the anatomy scan, see where he's at right now, and then we'll go from there is basically what she said. And then I had all these like papers like printed out and highlighted because of the glucose test, because I will be taking it at 24 weeks instead of 28 weeks because of the fact that I had gestational diabetes with Emery. So I don't want to take it. I didn't even want to take it with her, but I was more naive and less of a like I'm gonna push for it person. I did research back then and I wanted to do it, but they told me I had to fail the first test first, and I was so shocked that I had failed it in the first place that I didn't even do anything else about it. I'm not letting that happen again. So she actually was like, oh yeah, no, for sure, we don't make you take it as long as you're doing something. That's all that we ask. So I told her all the options stuff that I found. She's like, yeah, any of those will basically work, which is basically like monitoring my blood sugar myself at home, like I did when I found out I had gestational diabetes, and I prick my finger and like monitor my sugar for a few weeks and give the results to my doctor. I can take the fresh test, which is basically like an alternative to the glucose test, but similar, but a healthier version. And yes, I would have to pay for it myself and bring it in, which is what I thought. Or you could, she said that someone brought in like a Hershey's bar and did that. As long as it equals 50 grams of sugar, that's what it has to be, and then they will test it. So I'm gonna figure out which one I would like to do. I prefer to do a Hershey's bar than pay for a fresh test or stick my finger for multiple times, but I don't mind doing that as long as I don't have to take the glucola test specifically, because it's really not good for you. And honestly, I don't think they should be allowing any woman to take it because it's not good for you. And then I have been having lots around ligament pains, still some sciatica, and I definitely like my lower belly cramps and hurts pretty much every single time I walk, because you know I'm growing and stretching. And she was like, you know, if people think that after your first pregnancy it'll get easier and easier, no, it actually kind of gets worse. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Because yeah, I definitely have been really, really uncomfortable recently. And I'm not sure if I have felt him or not. I think I have, but then I'm like, oh, maybe not, because I can't figure out if it's gas or if it's him. And you would think that I would know the difference because I have done this before, but no, I do not. And I'm too scared to be like, oh my God, yes, that's him. But it's really not. So I'm not worried about it at this exact moment. And they said not to worry about it right now either. Hi guys, so welcome to my 18-week bump day. I am 19 weeks and 1 day today. I'm leaving for vacation in just one more day. We are headed to Chattanooga for our annual family vacation to the mountains. And we are coming home on Tuesday, which will be my 20th, which means I will be officially halfway through my pregnancy, and it's freaking wild. So let's get into my symptoms from week 18. So I've been feeling lots and lots and lots of pressure in my lower belly, on my pelvic bone, everything, because he is smack dab right in the middle, very low, and it's lots of pressure. Well, you know, most, like, some women out there can relate. If you've ever been on your cycle and you feel like your vagina is like literally gonna fall off because of all the pressure, that's what it feels like, plus in my pelvic area. So it's a lot. It definitely still hurts to walk. It's uncomfortable. On a good note though, I have not been having headaches like I used to. They've kind of tapered off a bit. I still have one every once in a while, but it's not bad and it's not all day. But I have been having severe acid like every single day. Sometimes during the day, sometimes at night, I get pretty bad acid. So that's not fun, but did have my 18-week appointment on the 21st, and I gave you guys an update on that. And also on a very, very good note, I officially know that I have felt him move. So the day after my appointment on the 22nd, August 22nd, I started feeling like actual bubbles and actual like very tiny light kicks or like flicks or whatever in my lower belly, in the middle, and a little bit on the right and left side at the very lower bottom. And it's my baby boy. So Friday night I felt that after work laying in bed, and I have felt him off and on ever since. Like last night I felt him a lot. He was moving, I think it was the position I was in, and I tried to get Brandon to feel him. I put his hand on my stomach and he did move twice while his hand was on me, but Brandon said he didn't feel it. It may be too light and you really have to pay attention. And since he's literally inside me, I obviously can feel it better. Definitely can't see the movement outside my stomach yet, but you can definitely feel it inside. So I'm very, very excited. I can't wait to continue to feel him and to get to see him in my anatomy scan in just a couple weeks. I'm going to show you guys my belly. So here is my bellies. I'm staying up close because I'm not wearing any pants because I took them off because it's uncomfortable. I came home from work because I had an hour lunch, so decided to get some stuff done since we're leaving on vacation. So here he is. So I'm going to show y'all. He's right here. Right here. And I could feel him move here, along here. Nowhere up here or anything, just very low right here is where he's at and where he's been for the past 19 weeks. But anyway, so that is my 18-week update, and I'll see you guys at the end of this one.